just in case there's somebody from the administration of Northern Adirondack watching this, we'd like to point out to them that they've got a severe safety hazard up here in the bleachers. We're here for our second night of the Bobcat shootout tournament, and there are big problems here in the upper area of the bleachers where they are warped and presenting a very dangerous situation. The LeBears are here, the Torvilles are here, Jug Bilo's here, the Youngs are here from Altona. And a whole lot of people who are yet to arrive, but they'll be coming here shortly. It's the 4th day of December 2010, and this is the consolation game of the annual Northern Adirondack Bobcat shootout. It's the host team, the NAC Bobcats, and first-time entrants that I'm aware of in this annual event, the Salmon River Shamrocks. After trailing 50-15 at the half, the Shamrocks went on to lose last night to the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars by an 84-36 margin. And the Bobcats lost to the Franklin Academy Huskies by a 79-21 margin. Looks like they are working on the public address system.
Starting lineups. First, visiting Shamrocks. Number 24,
William Benko.
Number 15,
Kai Tarbell.
Number 5,
Colby King.
Number 32,
Sean Mott. And Truman Wood. Sean Martin, the first-year coach. And Ellenburg Center, Zach Torbell. Jesse Smith. Cameron Guerin from Altona. Let's see, where is he here? Colby Saya and Franz Cater. Nate Bilo, another first-year coach. Ron Giambruno, Andy Morelli, and Andy Gay are the officials tonight, 3-man officials, and 16-minute halves in non-league competition. Colby Saya jumping against Tarbell. Our Cougar play-by-play man, Joe Southwick, is not here on this Saturday night. He might show up for the Cougar game. We're hoping he will. Over and back called. Oh, okay. grab control of it. Tarbell is not allowed to grab control of it in the circle. It's going to be touched by somebody else. Then once it's touched outside that circle, then he can grab it. He can tip it. He can double tip it, but he actually had control of it. Torville misses the shot. Torville and Tarbell. We'll have to make sure we don't mix up those two names. 24, that's Benko. Benko passes over to King. Now Benko, see King out to Tarbell. Tarbell top of the arc. And ball was rebounded by Saya. I would assume that he's some relation to my old friend Jerry Saya, who starred Altona, and every once in a while we see him in a look-back section of the newspaper. Scoring points for Altona or for the Rouse's Point Rangers. Jesse Smith gets the first points of the scoreboard on the clock. Garand will inbound it. Comes deep to Torville, has it stripped away. Cater gets it back, goes underneath. A short jump shot is put up and missed and cleared by Tarbell. Tarbell throws a little too strong down the floor. Good hustle, and it's saved by Benko. The Bobcats, however, get control. Cater lost control. Now we have a travel called. The Bobcat ball. We're expecting both of tonight's games to be much more competitive than the two blowouts we had last night. We think the Bobcats and the Shamrocks will put up a good game, and we're looking forward to the Franklin Academy Malone Huskies against the Northeastern Cougars. Cougars were undermanned last night due to the Harvard Model UN. But they should be at full strength tonight. Temperature 24 degrees when we arrived for this 6 o'clock start. Shot was blocked by Smith. Saya passes over to Cater and a jump ball. As we mentioned at the start, first time that we know of that Salmon River has been in this tournament. Glad to see them, but also disappointed that Chateauguay decided not to take part. They were invited. They chose not to. So we'll have to get along without them. Sean Mott ties the game. It's 2-2. We have 13:42 in the first half. As I said, 16-minute halves in non-league games. That, along with the three-man officials, the regular season will be 8-minute quarters instead of 16-minute halves, and we'll have their usual two officials. Tarbell's shot is missed. Torville with a rebound. He pushes it down the floor a little too strong for Garand, plus Garand turned the wrong way on it. Tarbell will inbound it, throws it deep for Benko. Benko catches up with it. Number 22, Kyle Patnode, as we ported in for Northern Adirondack. There's Cater with the ball. Three-point shot thrown up by Saya, tracked down by Patnode. When you read the Cherubusco book by Larry Gooley, the history of Cherubusco, recently put on the market, you will find a lot of Patnodes in that Cherubusco area. So my friend Jim Patnode wasn't the only guy, wasn't the only Patnode to come out of there. 12:36 showing in the first half, 2-2 on the scoreboard. Cater with his jump shot. That's rebounded Tarbell, knocked away and stolen by Saya, but taken back by Benko. And we're going to have steps called on Benko as he got the ball from King. We have Langlois in, Langlois. Cater. Looks like a 2-3 defense for the Shamrocks. Good hustle and a little short jumper is good. Josh Langlois, who just got in the game. There's Benko. Well, it's 4-2 now. Favor the Bobcats. Langlois throws it. Kind of flipped it a little too high and hard for Patno to catch up with. Tarbell will inbound it. Benko will bring it up. Earlier today, we were at the Rouse's Point Civic Center for a hockey game on this Saturday. And we'll be doing 2 basketball games this evening, so don't get many weekends. We're not doing a whole lot of stuff. This is viewer supported. We want to thank the Dominic's Hardware, right next to the Chevy dealership here in Ellenburg Depot. We're becoming viewer supporters. We appreciate their recent contribution, and we invite everybody on the Bobcat side to jump on board and take part and kind of convince me that I should come up here a little bit. Gas heading toward the $3.50 a gallon mark as we're taping this. It's a decision every time as to whether I want to drive this far to cover an event when I've got events in Champlain, Chazy, and Beekmantown that are a lot closer. We have a 4-4 ball game. It's just under 11 minutes showing in the first half. Saya brings it into the forecourt. Out to Langlois. Smith puts it up. Saya inbounds. And Smith's going to go to the line. The foul was on Dustin David, his first. Team first. 5-4. And I get 6-4. Inbounded by Tremblay. Trip. Saya. Tarbell will inbound. Ball comes into Tremblay, out to King. Now Tarbell back to Tremblay, passes it off. Ends up in the hands of Dan Healy, and the shot goes high off the backboard, and it's white ball, says Andy Morelli. That note into Cater. 6-4 Bobcats. We're at the 10-10 mark. In his first half, Guerin throws up a long one. Rebounded Tarbell. King gives it back to Tarbell. And the Shamrocks will keep it. Timeout. Tarbell. Passes it in to Trombley. Now Tarbell to inbound it. Long shot thrown up there by Healy. And we're probably going to have over the back on Langlois. Mott will shoot. Can tie it with 2. He can get it within 1 with 1. And it's a 6-5 ball game. Sub. Benko back in for the Shamrocks. Bobcats up 6-5. We're at the 9:23 mark here in the first half. Thrown up off the back of the iron by Langlois and thrown back in. Nice play. And it's 8-5 as the Bobcats score to take a 3-point lead. Rebounded Guerin. Both shots were missed. And the Shamrocks will bring it up. 3-pointer would tie it. Benko over to Tarbell. Tarbell tries to go underneath. Ends up in the hands of Benko. Puts it up off the rim. And a nice follow by Trombley. And it's a 1-point ball game. It's 8-7. Cater has it slapped away. Benko brings it down up for Tarbell. Tarbell throws it up, comes up short. Looked like a couple of Bobcats were fighting over that ball. They got to communicate out there. 8-7 the score. And we are just about 1/4 of the way into the ball game. Langlois to inbound it. Patno to Guerin. Smith goes underneath the Cater and taken away by the Shamrocks. Benko into the forecourt. Drives the lane. Offensive foul called. They got to let the refs touch it before they can inbound it. Cater into the forecourt. Stripped away by Benko. And Cater with that frustration foul. Should have just accepted it. And not fouled. Benko can tie it. 8-8. And the second one is up. And good. And it's a Shamrock lead. That just might be their first lead of the ball game. 9-8 Salmon River. Salmon River ball. Torville coming back in for the Cats and King back in for the Shamrocks. Garrendon downs to Cater. countdown at 6:45 showing. Saya will shoot 2. He'll have another chance to tie it. Fouls on 44, Cole Fitzgerald. Still 9-8. Bobcats not helping themselves at the charity stripe. King will toss it in. 6:32 on the clock. Ball went off the big toe of Guerin. Thrown up there by Fitzgerald. And taken back. And laid in by Dan Healy. Dan Healy, is that the guy in Annie has a radio show? Healy couldn't get a handle. Saya comes up with it. He's got Torville to help. And we'll have a bump on number 5, King. Into Saya from Torville. Viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. If you're watching this, we need your support. Airball. And the Shamrocks will bring it back. 11-8. Salmon River leads. Shamrocks take it away. Benko for 3. Cater with the rebound. Almost knocked loose there by Wood. Guerin. Benko up. Shot missed by King. Cater with the rebound. 4:38 to go in the first half. Controlled by Guerin. Gives it out to Saya. Guerin to Torville. Slides the ball over to, nice form by Josh Langlois. Ties the game. Nice form on that one besides. Timeout, Bobcats. This must be an important tournament. Ken Bushy has just arrived. Shamrock ball. Benko brings it up. Travel. King was looking to pass it. The pass wasn't there, so he tried to hold up. Ron Chimbruno wanted Saya to get on the other side of him. Saya was paying no attention to him, so Ron moved. Benko stops and throws it up short. Guerin with the rebound. Saya puts it to the floor. Up for Benko, travel. Cater into Saya. 3:40 on the clock. And Guerin with the bucket. Cameron Guerin. Rejected. Whoa. Might be an offense. Langlois, nice defense. But Benko got there in time to block the the way here, along the line, the lane. Ball loose. Tarbell comes down with it. Benko for three, yes. And that's a 14-13 lead. Apparently one of those threes that the Bobcats threw in wasn't a three, it was just a deuce, and I mistakenly called it a three. It must have been that last shot by Guerin. These girls are selling 50-50 tickets and they can't stop till that bucket's full. One-point lead and the ball for Shamrocks. Langlois has picked up his third foul. He sits. Three seconds. Saya will bring it up. 2 minutes to go in the half. Smith to Guerin. Saya to the Tarbell. And Tarbell puts the Cats back in the lead. 15-14 Bobcats. On a short jumper from Zach Tarbell. Benko. Rebound. And basket by Truman Wood. And that puts the Shamrocks back up. We're down at 107 in the first half. It's 16-15. Guerin shot rebounded by Benko. Easy two for Tarbell. And it's a 3-point lead for Salmon River with 53 on the clock. Guerin gives to Smith. Smith up for Tarbell. Tarbell tries to pass in the paint. Ball comes back to Tarbell and a reverse layup is good. A break there for the Bobcats as the ball bounced back to Zach. That's the old back to Zach play. There's Saya. 26 seconds. And we have a foul on Benko. 25 left in the half. Cats should look for a final shot. They trail by one. Getting a little early, too strong. And with 16, it gives the Shamrocks a chance to add to that lead. They got to learn to take some time off the clock. Not take a shot that quick when the period is about to end. In a close game like this. Tarbell gives it to King. And the Shamrocks should not have had that ball and that opportunity. Instead of a 1-point deficit, the Bobcats find themselves in a 3-point hole. It's 20-17 Shamrocks at the half here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Trailing by 3, the Bobcats will inbound to start the second half. Cater into Saya. Smith on the elbow has it stripped away. Benko throws it down the floor. And it's laid up by Tarbell. Misses, pulls a short jumper up on his second effort, and that one's good, and it's a 5-point lead. Biggest margin of the day for anybody. Cater throws it up. Smith pops it in and draws a foul. Smith is at the line. Misses the shot, but turns into a 4-point play as Saya's there for the rebound. Well, it's quickly a 1-point ball game as the Cats take 4 off that Salmon River lead. Consolation game of the annual Bobcat shootout, December 4th, 2010. Salmon River in their first visit to the tournament. Fouls on Smith. It sends Mott to the line. Because Coach Martin was talking to his players, there was a spot not covered there on the offensive side on that foul shot rebound. And that's just where the ball went. The Bobcats got the rebound because of that. However, they're not able to capitalize on it. And the Shamrocks get it back. Here's Tarbell. A one-handed, nonchalant pass picked off by Torville. Guerin goes low to Cater. Cater pulls up for a short jumper. That is blocked nicely by Wood. Torville will inbound. Saya missed the first. (23-21) according to the scoreboard. Salmon River leading. Tarbell pulls up for the jumper. Nope. Rebounded by Torville. 14 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the second half. Smith puts it up, looking for a tie. Now Saya gives to Cater. Wow. Not exactly squaring up was Franz Cater, but it went in, so it didn't look like a textbook shot, but the important thing is it bounced in, and the Bobcats have tied it. Cater is at the line, the third foul on Wood. Cater puts the Cats up 24-23. We're at 13:50. The clock is ticking for some reason here. Now they started the clock right after the basket was made there. Who's doing that clock there? Whoever's doing that clock should know that's not what they're supposed to do. Foul shot is made, you start the clock on the inbound when the ball is touched inbounds, like you would in any ordinary inbound play. Saya will shoot 2. Two-point lead for the Bobcats, and the Shamrocks come up with it. Benko pushes it up here to Wood. Back to Benko. Stolen by Saya. And Kobe Saya puts his team up by 4. Benko guarded by Guerin. Pushes it off to Tarbell. Out to King. King throws it up. Rebounded Saya. Saya tries to pass it past Tarbell, but Tarbell picks it off. Shot by Benko. Rebounded in the hands of Cater. We're going to have a reach. I believe that'll be number 4 on Benko. It is indeed number 4, Healy, comes in for Benko. 4-point lead, 12.5 to go. Tarbell with the foul. Cater missed the first. White violation, somebody across too soon on the Bobcat side. Might have been the shooter. I was following the ball, so I didn't see. It's probably the shooter. He has to wait till the ball hits. Others can leave when the ball is released. Kyle Patnode back in for the Bobcats. Tarbell. High off the glass by King. Salmon River gets it back. The shot clock kept on ticking. Now it's stolen. Smith gives it to Saya. Saya drives and throws it up over Tarbell. Nice effort there. And it's 29 to 23, a 6-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the day. Stolen by Patnode. Here's Cater. And Torville traveled. 11:11 on the clock. 29-23 Bobcats. Good strong effort by Mott. And it's a 4-point ball game as we cross the 11-minute mark. Shot by Langlois, rebounded by the Shamrocks. Tarbell gets it back. Rebounded Smith, and we're going to have travel. Tarbell dishes off and it's thrown up by Mott, and we're going to have a timeout, Bobcats. 4-point game. We're approaching the 10-minute mark. Cater in the paint. Tosses it in. And it's back to a 6-point Bobcat lead. And AC with the press. And we're going to have a foul on Wood. That's probably be his 4th. It is indeed his 4th. Shot clock just starts when they approach midcourt. We need to tighten up the clock running here at Northern Adirondack. As soon as they fix the bleachers, the next project is I want them to work on the clock keepers. We'll fix the bleachers first. I am, of course, referring to the upper bleachers here that are a real definite safety hazard. If somebody gets hurt here, it'd be hard to justify not being called for negligence. Speaking of which, the volleyball blocked out there by the light, but there's these volleyball areas here where the volleyball comes in, posts go in. They come loose sometimes. Travel. Green ball. Stolen by Saya. And he is fouled, not too delicately, by King. So Colby King fouling Colby Saya. In my day, we never had a Colby fouling another Colby. There weren't any Colbys back when I was growing up. There were Bills and Bobs and Waynes and Richards and all those people. Shamrock ball. Cats take it away. Here's Torvell. Cater follows, rolls off the rim, and into the hands of Tarbell. 8:42 remaining in the second half. 8-point lead, Northern Adirondack. Cater will bring it up. Smith with the rebound. Guerin gives to Cater. Long shot put up by Saya. It's green ball. Ron Jim Bruno said it went off both sides at the same time, so they called it a jump ball. It was green turn on the possession arrow. Cats end up with it, but the Shamrocks get it right back. King out here to Tarbell. We have a timeout. Thrown up by Tremblay. Here comes Smith. A little wall to wall, but jump ball. Shamrocks at the last one. It's Bobcat turn. Intended for Smith. He gets it. Throws it up. And it's picked up by Guerin. Tarbell going for the steal. Guerin gets it back. And Tarbell had it long enough that they changed the possession arrow. Give me the shot clock time. Time on the shot clock. Fouls on Guerin. Tarbell inbound it. 33-25, 7:04 left in the game. Tarbell inbound, Torvell back in. 6:57 on the clock. Tarbell for three, nope, rebounded by Saya. Last foul was on Langlois for the Bobcats. He has 4. Rebound Torvell, pushes it out for Cater. And King up to Tarbell. And Healy going back to Tarbell. And it's a 6-point ball game. It's 33-27. 6:20 remaining in the fourth. Tarbell has picked up his 3rd foul. Smith is at the line. Hits the first, a chance to make it an 8-point ball game again. And it drops in. It's 35-27 with 6:09 showing. See? Told you. Ball comes into Healy. Healy gives it to Benko. Benko out there with 4 fouls. King. There's Tremblay trying to dribble in. It was taken away by Smith. Here's Torville. He has it stripped away by Benko. And Benko lays it in. Back to a 6-point ball game. 5:40 showing. A little high for Torville. Torville is coming in. The ball was sailing past him. And Coach Bilo pulled Torville. He wanted to know why he didn't at least try for that one. Truman Wood at the line. Smith with his 2nd foul. Only the 4th team foul. Shamrocks have 8. The Bobcats 4 here in the 2nd half. And then hit the rim. So it's Bobcat ball. They lead by 6 as we approach the 5.5-minute mark. Shot by Sayar, rolls off the rim. Wood has fouled out. Cater will shoot. Hits the front of the 1-and-1. And hits them both, and it's back to an 8-point advantage for Northern Adirondack. 5:22 remaining. Guerin will inbound it. Saya. Cater. Saya goes to Smith. Count it. It's a 10-point lead. Foul on Sean Mott is his first. And it's at least the 10th for the Shamrocks. Foul shot is missed, but it's a 10-point lead for NAC with 5 to go. Tarbell will inbound it. Thrown up by Healy. Bobcats into the forecourt. There's Saya. Too strong, rebounded by Tremblay, and Guerin picks up an unnecessary foul as Coach Bilo was pointing out to him. Backcourt foul, and you got no chance of getting the ball away from the other guy. Is not a good foul. There's Benko. Healy keeps it, gives it to Tarbell. Off Smith. Tarbell will inbound. There's Guerin. Whoa. Tarbell wasn't expecting that pass back from Healy. Throws it up, hits the rim, rebounded Guerin. Bobcats will look to take some time off here. 30 seconds, 35-second shot clock, take some time off. Basket steal and basket by Benko. And it's an 8-point ball game. It's 39-31. There's Corbell, stolen by Benko. No foul there as Guerin kind of nudged him over. Tremblay will shoot. Rebounded Torville. Up for Guerin, should be easy too. It is. He's back to a 10-point lead for the Bobcats. Under 3 to go. There's Tarbell behind the back. Healy tries to go baseline. Cater cuts it off. It's Mott trying to put it up. No, not Mott. Tremblay. Cater, the bucket. 12-point lead for the Bobcats, 43-31. Foul was on Smith, his third. Benko at the line. 8th team foul on the Bobcats. I don't understand here. .33 the scoreboard says. So the Bobcats had a 12-point lead. Not sure where the 2 points came from. I know where one came from. A 2-pointer for Healy. And it's 43-35. 1:50 to go in the game. Bobcats not using that clock. Corville hits. But the Bobcats should have taken some time off. 45-35. Tarbell. There's Torville. 1:24 to go. Too much dribbling. And we have travel. They had 26 seconds on the shot clock. They've got a 10-point lead. It's time for the Bobcats to slow the ball down. Not race around like they're trailing. So instead, they turn the ball over, and Salmon River will bring it up. Here's Tarbell. Tarbell kind of ran into King. Here's a throw up by King. Saved by Dustin David, and he bounces it off Guerin's shoulder. Tarbell will inbound it with 1 minute remaining. There's Smith. Second game is supposed to start at 7:30. It's 7:26 right now. It's been a sloppy game and a lot of whistles. Can't blame the referees for the amount of whistles in this game. Guerin. Smith. Nope. Cater comes up with it. Shot clock still ticking down. Nope, they give a new shot clock. They hadn't hit the rim, so I don't know why. Let's see, toss the baby on the floor event. Not a very nice event, but when you've got a youngster like that in the front, they're paying attention to the ball game. See a lot of balls flying into the stands. A buzzer beater by Colby King, but it's just a little bit shy of what the Shamrocks needed. 45-37 is the final. Northern Adirondack Bobcats defeat the Salmon River Shamrocks, and the Bobcats will take third place in their home Bobcat tip-off shootout by an 8-point margin. That's the way it was this December 4th, 2010 at Northern Adirondack Central School. Beautiful downtown Ellenburg Center. Excuse me, Ellenburg Corners. Thanks for watching.
It out for Healy. Benko tries to force it inside, but Carter picks that pass off, and Cougars will come back the other way. Bedard kicks it back out. Once again, the Cougars are content to take some time off the clock, and that's going to go out of bounds, and Cougars will retain the possession. And we get 11 seconds on the shot clock. Armstrong Davison takes the shot, in and out. Manor with the offensive rebound. The putback won't go. Ball's on the floor. Manor comes away with it, and the Cougars get a fresh 35. Looked more like a 30, but oh, and Carter's going to get called for the travel. Benko drives, pulls up at the foul line. His shot's a little bit short. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Shamrocks. So Cougars will take over. Minute 49 to play in the second half. Doesn't look like this one's going to go into overtime, Calvin. So I think I'll take the liberty of saying that there's a minute 40 to go in the game. Again, the Cougars will do all they can to run that shot clock down. There's Manor, kicks it out for Bedard. 4 on the shot clock, 3. And puts the shot up. And they're going to keep playing because the shot was up. Bedard a little bit short. And that's, yeah, it was Benko went to the hole, and Davison fouled him pretty hard, but didn't appear to be intentional, but we're going to see what happens here. And they are going to call a flagrant foul on him, so Shamrocks will get 2 shots and the ball back. First one's good. Not sure I agree with that call, but that's why I'm up here and they're down there, right?
That's right.
Okay. And Benko makes the second one. So
I think the score had a lot to do with that call.
I'm absolutely positive the score had a lot to do with that call. Benko pulls up, and this is pass knocked away, but gets the ball back. And there's a 2-pointer by Dan Healy. His first 2 points of the contest. We're under a minute to play, final 40 seconds of the contest.